South Africa's new traffic rules and demerit system has been delayed due to the ongoing pandemic. The new AARTO laws, which aim to remove habitual traffic offenders from South Africa's roads and highways, is now expected to be phased out soon. However, many challenges have been identified in administering and policing it if implemented. Until then, more than 250 municipalities issue fines for traffic offences, but only a small percentage of motorists pay their fines. Berman, the CEO of Fines SA, joins us this morning to chat to us about the proposed AARTO Demerit system. Berry, a very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you. Morning to all the listeners.
How does the whole demeriting system work, Berry?
Okay, so Simpiwe, the system starts with every motorist having 0 points. And for every offence that you commit, you then gain points. Once you reach 15 points, that is when the trouble starts for you, because then you lose your license.
And how many demerit? Okay, now how long is your license suspended for?
Okay, so for every point that you gain over the 15 points, that then takes you 3 months that you have to wait until you get your license back. So if you go 3 points over the 15 points that you are allowed, you will have to wait. 3 times 3 is 9 months.
Okay, and how traffic violations will work under AARTO?
Okay, so it works in a similar vein as to how it currently works. Depending on the severity of the offence, you will then get points accordingly. So
Okay.
if you are speeding excessively, then you may get up to a maximum of 6 points in one time. But if it is a lower fine for a lesser amount, it may only be 1 point.
And what happens with company vehicles?
So this is going to be a very big challenge for companies, because they need to keep a handle on their drivers. And obviously the drivers are the last people to report that they've been stopped in a roadblock for speeding or whatever the case may be. So there are access points where companies can check their drivers and should be checking their drivers on a daily basis. You can go onto the AARTO website, you can go onto finesa.co.za website, and all the points and the infringements are listed there per driver.
Does the same apply when someone else is driving my car, or is the owner of the car liable?
So that is another very important point. When you register a vehicle in your name, you take full responsibility of the vehicle and any infringements or fines that may come your way. So you need to be very organized with AARTO, and you need to be redirecting those fines and sending those fines to the driver in that case. Otherwise, you are going to be losing points and you won't be able to drive.
Can the demerit points be reduced?
Well, the only way that you can reduce your points is by driving safely. And that is something that we, are advocates of, because the road deaths on our roads are just unacceptable. It's one of the worst in the world. So, yes, you can get points reduced. For every 3 months that you wait, 1 point will be deducted. So you can become a better and safer driver over time, but then you need to stick to the limits.
Can I challenge the demerits if I feel they were issued unfairly?
Yes, you most definitely can. There is a process. It's quite an administrative process. We do feel that there's a lot of paperwork involved, but you have got the option of filling out the relevant forms and sending them to the RTIA, which is the infringement agency that handles the AARTO system on behalf of the Department of Transport. And there is a process involved. But absolutely, not every fine that you may receive may be a valid fine, and you have got that choice that you can actually make a representation and go through the process. But you need to be organized. There's quite a bit of paperwork involved and supporting documentation that you need to supply in order for the RTIA, to look at your case.
So what does the traffic demerit system hope to do?
Well, number one, to make our roads a safer place
Okay.
for all. And this is a benefit that we will all, see the fruits of our labour. Because in the past, the fine itself has not been persuading drivers to slow down. And I always mention the speed, because speed is the number one killer. But we are very excited about it. We think it's a great thing. It is something that if everybody comes on board, everyone will benefit. But the law enforcement agencies, they need to be policing it, and they are taking it seriously.
Does the system apply to just about any traffic offence, or is it only limited to certain traffic offences? I mean, I'm talking about driving without a licence, not stopping at traffic lights or at road intersections.
Yes, it is limited in some cases, but in most cases you will lose points. But obviously the severity of the case, like not stopping at a stop sign, that is quite a severe case, and that will afford you the maximum points, which is per offence up to 6 points you can lose in one go. So just let's all drive safely.
All right, we certainly have to. Thank you so much, Barry. We do appreciate the time.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, you too, Barry. We just spoke to Barry Berman, the CEO of Fines SA, about the proposed AARTO Demerit system. The new system will greatly improve safety on the country's roads and help reduce fatalities. This is Morning Live on SABC News. Let's take a quick